To discuss about the trade deals. What is trade deals? Trade deals are defined as treaty with the preference where certain goods and products from one economy can be imported to another and vice versa. Trade deals can come in the form of bilateral and where it involves only two countries, or multilateral where it involves more than two countries.
Already hear about what is the trade deal. Now I will be share and discuss to all of you what is the main benefit of a trade deal. First of all, I think that it increases economy productivity, although it may cause job insecurity. Economy productivity is about the same input that lead to more output, simply known as higher efficiency and productivity. It is further explained by the theory of comparative advantage, where is a country productivity to produce goods and services with a much lower opportunities cost compared to another country. This is because the higher productivity of a country to produce certain goods and services are caused by their natural resources, expertise and infrastructure. For example, country A has suitable climates and environment for cow raising, offering the country to produce its meat-related product. And country B has so many primary resources for manufacture goods in factories and what is called cheaper labor cost. Therefore, therefore the country in a comparative advantage of the production of manufactured goods. And, country A would be the beneficiary from trading its meat-related product to country B. So, and vice versa, because it's not comparative due to its climate and environment unsustainability and vice versa. Consequently, the global economy would be productive in general, as both countries have their trade deals between each other between each other due to their comparative advantage in producing certain goods. The benefit of a trade deal is to reduce price for consumer. The consumer from country can enjoy a cheaper price for goods and services from another country in his or her country, because the removal and reducing of tariff on imported goods with lower production costs, such as a shopper in Great Germany can find wine glass from other countries at LIDL with reasonable price due to the cheaper production cost compared to German wine glass and the lower tariff on the wine glass due to trade deals. This is because from the trade deal, it promotes the removal of tariff that cause the already lower production of imported goods and services to be not lift by tariff. The third thing of benefit trade deal is it offer more range of choice to their customer. Customers are able to get access to a variety of goods and services which are not produced in his or her country due to the removal of restrictive costs caused by the trade deal, as it does not limit the quantity of imported goods anymore. Eventually, there are a variety of choice given to the consumer to decide whether local goods or imported one to buy, such as Malaysian student is able to play PS4 by Sony Japan, not only its own traditional Malay congkak game, while the Koreans now can watch the latest blockbuster from Hollywood, not only its own Korean drama.
Okay, fourthly, it gives room for developing country to have FDI to support its economic development. Economic development is basically how economic growth leads to improvement in quality of life, and the trade deals between two countries or among more than two countries lead to the knowledge and technology transfer that contribute to economic growth because of the local supply chain. This is due to the MNC in the country can train the local workers in the country the way to make goods in the most efficient and productive way. And from this, the transfer of knowledge and technology will basically lead to economic growth, led by the export export from manufacturing sector, and eventually economic development, such as in China. There are so many fast-growing brands of smartphone like Huawei, Oppo, and many others. As the reform and opening up policy of Deng Xiaoping led to the transfer of knowledge and technology to Chinese industry caused by the free trade zone for foreign countries in China and many trade deals with other countries. This can be further proven by the fact where China has improved its longevity and mean years for schooling caused by poverty reduction, job creation, innovation and creativity, and the fast growing of middle income group as product of the economic growth since the trade deal caused by the open of economy. Even as we applaud the positivity of trade deals, we must also remember that there's always a dark side of things.
The first one, it causes job insecurity. Job insecurity caused by job outsourcing is always associated with trade deals when this disfavor the local manufacturing industry to move into another country. Like Apple in the name of iPhone are designed in California but manufactured in China, where the price of iPhone will cost even higher if it is manufactured in the Silicon Valley, California, due to the lower production cost in the form of resources and also labor. Therefore, there will be a number of unemployed American laborers from Apple due to the cheaper labor in China. Besides, it is also known as the race to the bottom as business move its production or operation to another country from one another to pay the lowest possible wage for laborers in the world of global capitalism, like the low wages in Mexico are sourced. Second point is environmental and social objectives are faced with many obstacles. Free trade deals are tools to restrict the environmental and social objectives of a country. This is because those rules of the trade deals are used to strengthen the sovereignty and rights of a country to impose rules and regulations on imported goods. Like the Australian government was sued by the cigarette company called Philip Morris Asia Limited over cigarette packaging. Less than an hour, the legislation of banning all logos or branding from cigarette packaging which is olive green in color was passed in Parliament, and its brand names are only allowed to be print in small standardized font size. This is because the ban on logos and branding is considered as a branch of the bilateral trade deals between Hong Kong and Australia, which is in the 1993 Investment Promotion and Protection Agreement.
Thirdly, the erosion of regional and national and ethnic culture. This is because trade deals threaten the culture of a region, nation, or an ethnic group. To explain this, many developing countries are imitating and duplicating the cultures from the development, as the trade deals may indirectly or directly influence the culture in developing countries. In example, we can see Chinese are not wearing the traditional costume and drinking Chinese tea during New Year, but wearing lavish skinny jeans and drinking a bottle of Johnny Walker Black or even Gold Label if they are rich enough. Simply, the trade deals are just eroding the identification of the culture of a region, nation, or an ethnic group. Trade deals are bad for developing countries. This is because the other developing countries are not ready to adapt such liberal policy as their domestic firms. For example, the developed countries under the TPPA are able to have equal tax on manufacturing goods and same economic policies like other developing countries under TPPA.
In conclusion, there are many strong and validated supporting details to state that the trade deals are detrimental and also beneficial, and these two aspects shall be the consideration in the forming of government and public policy to maximize its benefit the most to the social, economics and politics.